Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Sunday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 16 of 2025, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 64 degrees with a high of 71 and a low of 36. Welcome to my broadcast. I am here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. In other words, I show you what I'm doing. I show you how I'm doing it, or explain how I'm doing it, I should say. And then I tell you why I did the things that I did. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always delightful. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who'll see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's see who's popped into the room so far. Mamie. There we go. Hello, Sandy. Hello, Tam Tam. Well, hello, Sherry. Oh my gosh, good to see you. Hi, Jonah. Good grief, Sherry. It's been a while. Hi, Janie. Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound. Hi, Grace. Okay. So, Sherry, you're here, usually lurking. Okay. I really need to make it a point to start welcoming my lurkers. And Dorothy. Hi, Dorothy. Dorothy, I know you lurk. Tell Randy I said hello. Angry Bear. Angry Bear. Angry Bear. Hi, Angry. So, Angry Bear, just a little story. I don't know if you watch the sitcom Ghosts, but there's a character there called Flower. And the premise of Ghosts is that the people live in a B&B that they've been killed on the property, so there are ghosts there. And one of the ghosts is one called Flower. And she was killed. She was a hippie, and she was killed trying to pet a bear. So that's my story. Does anybody else watch that show? My 3 Friday shows are Matlock, Lisbeth, and Ghosts. All right. We've got a busy night tonight. So I'm going to do a flip through of my newest release, Easter Gnomes Jubilee. Check it out. Cover by Moggy. And then I'm going to be working on our buddy color. This is volume 2 of the Many Faces of Jesus Christ. And it's really coming together now that we're getting that red robe in. And then we have our new buddy color coming up. Most likely we'll be starting this tomorrow. One of you had asked me how to color little Easter chicks. Somebody needs to tell me, who was that asked me? So I thought that this would really be a cute image to color. This is from let's see. Easter Parade Jubilee. I was actually drawing a blank. Got too many books. So I put images up in the buddy color link, the breaking news on our group. There are 3 images there. 2 of them are freebies for you. This is one of the images that I put up for you. Ridiculously cute. And then, of course, the one that I'm doing, and then I put up the cover. I love, love, love this little girl. All right. And then our other project is from Kirby Roseanne's Dark Fairy Tales. We're closing in on getting this one done. I'm really happy with it. I think it's turning out well. I hope you've been enjoying this. Okay. Now, when I'm done with the Kirby Roseanne's picture, I will be doing an image out of these books here, Symphony of Cute Animals and Romantic Country. And this was a gift to our group from Angie. And I'm probably going to start out on this image right here, this huge Easter egg. Ridiculously cute. And if you guys want to join in, maybe you'll put up the links to these two books. Symphony of Cute Animals will be the first one that I do an image out of, and then an image out of Romantic Country. Okay. We have got a lot going on tonight. Let me just jot the book here on the back. All right. So let's get this walkthrough done so that we can get back to our coloring. And again, this is our new release. This cover is so stinking cute with the pink here on the hat for the rabbit part. And of course the blue for the gnome hat. Alrighty. Now, before I start that, tell me how your day's been. Win, lose, or draw? I'm going to say draw. It has been quiet. Mamie, draw. Angry Bear wins. Saw a movie with your friend. Angry Bear, what did you watch? Grace, draw. Sandy, draw. Who else? Oh, that's a great movie. The Good, Bad, and the Ugly with Clint Eastwood. Yep. Jonah, draw. Sherry, draw. All right, it sounds like everybody's having a pretty quiet day. That can be a good thing. Janie, draw. Guys, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Okay. Let's start this up. Drum roll. Oh. Okay, guys, pay attention. It's a cutie book. The request came through that I do an Easter book with gnomes. So that's what I did. In spades. Now, this is one of my fav pictures. And I'll probably do it as a buddy color. And if not a buddy color, you'll get this one for free. Oh, this one makes me laugh. Just adorably cute. But you guys can tell me what you think. And if it's not your cup of tea, just say, not my cup of tea. Now, check out the gnome on the egg. Janie, I don't know which one is the last one. Guys, if you like a picture, please describe it. Remember, there's a lag in the broadcast. Which one did you like, Janie? Check out this one with the gnome holding the bunny. Here's another gnome on an egg. Jonah, gnomes are not your cup of tea. Okay. Look at all the bunnies on this one. And yes, gnomes mow their own lawn. And look at the little bunny in the basket here. Got a gnome popping out of an eggshell. Oh, Sherry, you're too funny. Look at this guy. Sherry says, generally gnomes are not my cup of tea, but this is too cute. No, I don't need another book. No, I don't watch anymore. Ah! Oh, Sherry, you make me laugh. This one here would be a riot of color, I'll tell you. Here's some gnomes juggling eggs. Here we've got a gnome hugging eggs. Now, isn't this ridiculously adorable? Now, if you wanted, you could be a little naughty and put some bird poop on the egg. Huh? That would make it cute, or cuter. All right, then we've got a gnome coloring eggs with a little house here. Little rabbit gnome sitting in a flower pot. Cactus, actually. Or not cactus. What's that plant that looks like the little green, little green grapes? Somebody, I can't think of what the name of that is. Succulent. Thank you, Angry Bear. Here's another embossed egg. I really thought you guys would like this. Now, none of these pictures are hard, guys. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I love this gnome and his jammies. Check out the fluffy slippers. Oh, they're called chickadees? Okay. I know what this picture reminds me of. Do you guys remember the show with Ralphie? I'm totally drawing a blank on the name. I think it's called A Christmas Story. And he had to run around in the bunny suit. That's what this reminds me of. Yeah, this one. Now, our gnome here has been having a long day decorating eggs. And he needed to sit down with a beer. And you guys know how to color beer now because I showed you that. Here's our biker gnome. Oh, Janie, your mom had chickadees. Yeah. If we color this picture, we need to call this biker gnome. So guys, what do you think about this overall? Do you like it? And I slipped in another picture. Hi Stephanie, checking in but can't color, moving furniture for window installation. Stephanie, I'm glad you dropped by. Bonnie Hoyer. Hi, Bonnie. And you know, you could have so much fun coloring this with the colors on it. Oh, Jonah, you like the biker gnome. I love the little lambs on here. And if you'll also notice, we've got eggs inside of that lantern. Here's a nice laced outfit on this gnome. And check out these spring flowers. Okay. I think this rabbit sticking out is pretty cute. Janie, on lambs, I would use a you can use a combo of gray and blue, the gray for the darker, the blue for the light, but both very light on the white. Now, here's our cover picture. Now, this is where I always encourage you to use your imagination. And this is where we've got the hat, the bunny hat. And this is where you need to separate the pink and the blue on the hat. So that's how that was done. Is that a spade in the flower pot? Could be. Not sure which picture we're talking about here. Anyway. Yeah, it's a spade in the flower pot. Here's another embossed egg. This one I think is really cute too. And here's our bonus picture. Now, if that isn't ridiculously cute, I don't know what is. All right. Now, let me turn the glare off on this light. Here's the back cover. It gives you an idea of how to color these pictures. Here's that one would be that riot of color that I was talking about. Janie, I don't have any Creative Haven books. There you go. No, Janie, this one would not be hard at all. Just like the Kirby Roseanne's picture that we're doing, you just do one piece of it at a time. You can concentrate on the flowers, you can concentrate on the hats, you can concentrate on the eggs. None of my images that I put in books are difficult. Okay. So Mamie will slap the link back up to this book one more time. Easter Gnomes Jubilee, recent release. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. Okay, now let's get back to this other. Thank you, Bonnie. Now, this picture is from the Many Faces of Jesus Christ. It happens to be the cover image. And this is volume 2, meaning there's another volume of this. And last night I was working on the red. Let me get my pencils out again. I hope you guys are joining me. All right, there you go. Sarah, did I not say hello? Hello, Sarah. Okay, let me go back. Let's see. Oh yeah, I saw your comment. I came in to look at gnomes, but then I want to go back for my music for a while. Okay. I saw it. Yeah, and that you're working on a mouse in tutus. Okay, light, medium, and dark reds. So there's my dark. Let me zoom in on this. There's my medium. And there's my light. Okay, Sarah. I'll look for you when you get back. Now, I'm going to pop over to the left-hand side because there's a little bit more of this tunic here that is red. Let me get you acclimated here. It's underneath the sleeve of our little girl. Let me adjust camera just a little bit. Here is our dark red. Our medium reds. And then our light red. Isn't that beautiful? Now, We've got another segment here of our light, medium, and dark red. And this will make sense when we do the sleeve around the hand of Jesus. So, Bonnie, are you coloring this particular image with us? Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, that was a funny sneeze. And then I've got our medium. And notice how I'm working on blending those edges. Thank you, Tam Tam. And then we have a little medium on the top here. And then we'll pull in our light color. And then back to our medium underneath here. Now, if you want to lighten that area a little bit more, which I do, I'm going to take my Prismacolor white and I'm just very lightly going to skim over the top there. And I'm going to finger blend that. Okay. And then we want to get our very light blue. We did this before. And remember, when we do something white, we can use blues and grays. We've done that with clouds. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to one and all. Hello, Maggie. Okay, let me pull out just so that I can acclimate you. Light blue. And then we have a darker blue on the outside. Let me think about this a minute. Okay, I'm going to change this up. I'm going to erase my light blue off of this. My apologies for anybody that's following me here. And rather than make this the sleeve of Jesus, I'm going to make it the robe of our little girl. So in other words, when Jesus lifted up his hand, his sleeve slid down. But we still have a little bit of our red mixed in with the sleeve, I'm sorry, the gown of our little girl. Okay. Back to our robe. Our light, medium, and dark reds. Here's our light color. Now, take your time, do your little circles. Then I'm going to come in with my medium. And I'm coming in with the medium very lightly because we also have a medium patch right here, which I'm going to darken a little bit, which is on our darker gray scale. And back to our light. Okay. Now, just to add a little perspective here, I'm going to take my dark and I'm going to color in my dark area. But again, guys, this is not fill in the blank. Don't forget to turn your pencils like I taught you. When you lift your pencil to move on an area, you turn it a little bit in your hand. Keep that point sharp. Okay, now notice how putting in that darker color has clarified our light and our medium on this robe section. Hi, Sibylesque. Now, given that I have two light areas together, I'm taking my light pencil and I'm doing repeat strokes with it just to make it a shade darker. Maggie, is Allie near your computer where she can hear me? Oh, she's at home. Okay. Hi, Sybilesk. Okay. Then I'm going to come back up here with my medium. I'm going to finger blend that just to smooth it out. And then back with my medium in this area. Take your time. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, and then back with my dark at the bottom. Back to my light on the right. Then our medium in this area. And then our light. I'm going to go back with my light right here. And darken that area around it. And then my light on the side. And then our medium. All right, let me pull out so you can get a lay of the land here. Isn't that beautiful? Any questions? All right, I'm going to grab a tissue for a second. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Okay. Now, we want this robe to look soft. And that means that we want the transition between our light, medium, and dark to be smooth and seamless. So I'm going to come back with my dark pencil, and I'm very lightly going to soften these edges. Any question as to how I'm doing that? We're just skimming over the top and making sure that that line is not harsh. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this line here. And notice how I'm blunting that sharp edge. Any questions on that? And I'm going to move to the left-hand side. And this area over here. The whole idea is you want this to look like a soft material. And I'm going to, thank you, Siblesk. And still using my darkest color, I'm going to bring down the dark color that we have into a little better V. Now this is where you use your artistic mojo. And you adjust it to what looks right to you. All right, let me pull out. What do you think? Blending, 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 rawhide. And then I'm also adjusting this area right in here by adding a little bit of my darker pencil, and that's creating a fold in the cloth. And I'm thinking that that looks pretty rich and pretty detailed and pretty soft. There you go. Anybody having any problem with this? Okay. Let's do our little girl's robe. Actually, before I do that, I think I want to do her hair. And I'm going to do her hair in a goldish brown. see what we got here. Okay. So let me swatch these colors for you. There's our dark. There's our medium. And I'm going to use yellow for my light. Okay. So I'm going to start out with my lightest color. And given that this is a heavenly picture, we're going to have golds and browns on here. Take your time. You guys are awfully quiet tonight. How come? Because, ILene, we're coloring. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Although I know a lot of you like to wait, watch the initial broadcast, and then replay it. Okay. And then, even though it's in a darker area, I'm still going to bring my yellow down here. All right. Stephanie, you're chatting with daughter-in-law. Today's her birthday and she's working. Jonah, you're coloring with me. Janie, you're coloring with me. Okay, I'm going to take my medium brown. And we're going to go right over that yellow. Don't forget to get your top here. And again, take your time. Finger blend. And then I'm going to take my medium brown, and on the part of the gray scale that I did not color blonde, I'm going to color in that medium brown. And again, don't forget to turn your pencil. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my darkest brown. And I'm going to add that on top of our yellow. And I'll also work that on areas where we don't have the yellow hair. Isn't that beautiful? Now be sure that you're turning your pencil. You want to keep that point for as long as possible. Now, I had a little mark on my paper. I may have gotten a little moisture on it. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to color in some of the darker hair coming down a little bit further on the face. That was my boo-boo. And I'm also going to come in with that gray. And I'm going to work a little bit of shadow in between the hair strands. Now, you want that to be very, very light. And what that's going to do is that's going to cause our strands to stand out a little bit more. Maggie, what's the Mother's Day gift that you're doing for Kayla? A diamond art hippo for her office. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that you started to get into diamond art. All right. Well, you're giving it a try. Do you like it so far? Okay, finger blend. Yeah, it is a slow process. That's supposed to be part of the enjoyment. Okay, now I'm going to go back up to the top of my hair, and I'm just going to add a few more strands because what I had looked not right. Oh, Tammy's helping you. Oh, Grace, you haven't tried it because it's a slow process. Stephanie, you can't finger blend. Everything turns blackish no matter how clean my fingers are. So I use a silicone brush. There you go. Oh, Tammy, so Maggie's doing a beautiful job on it. Good. And Stephanie says, I haven't tried it because I can't get caught up in another craft. I hear you. Okay, so I'm going to adjust my face a little bit on our little girl. And now that I've got the colors around with her hair, this will help me settle on how I want the face to look. All right. Oh, Stephanie, you have a beautiful unicorn you'd love to do, but I keep looking at it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's my darkest flesh color on my eyebrows, excuse me. I'm going to do a little bit of fine tuning between the eye and the nose. Now check out how that face now is coming alive. And again, now that I have the hair basically done, now I know how I want to shade my face. I'm going to add that little bit of hair right here. All right. Now my darkest of my flesh color, we're going to blend out this wrinkle on the mouth. We'll shadow below the mouth. Okay, Maggie. Again, guys, this is all about trusting the process. And I want you to notice now how our face is coming to life. And check out now. Oh, Sandy, good night. I'm about to switch over projects. Notice how I am underlining the cheek here. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy Sandy, sleepy Sandy, purr, purr, purr. Okay, and then my darkest color up by the hairline. This is still my flesh. Now, notice how that face is coming to life. Okay. Then I'm going to come up right underneath the eye. And we're going to give it a little bit of outline with our darkest flesh color. And notice how I'm also shading in the area on either side of the lid. And what that does is that leaves that lighter area, and that accentuates the eye. Let's do that with the other side. What a beautiful face. And we'll catch the area underneath this other eye. And I'm going to use I'm sorry, it was off camera, just a little bit of that flesh shading on top of our bag underneath the eye here. Hi, Angie. Angie, I did a flip through of my newest book. If you want to see it, you'll have to replay the broadcast. Okay. All right, Sarah. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. sorry I hit the camera there. Okay, blue eyes. We don't have much space to work with. Oh, Sarah, you saw a lady at church with a name tag that said Mamie. There you go, Mamie. You're famous. Mamie, just the special people have that name. All right, let's hit this eye up with a little bit of blue. And that really makes the face. Okay, lips. Everybody should remember how we do lips. We do a very, very soft pink. That's right, our Mamie is special. She keeps us all on track. Now, if your pink is light enough, you don't necessarily have to worry about putting your flush color over the top. And then I'm going to do the teeth. Does anybody remember what I did with the teeth on Jesus? That's right, Tam Tam, we used ivory. We're just going to dull down that color a little bit. and our bottom set. Oh, I love the face, I'll tell you. Hello, Kathy. Oh, Sarah, I'm glad that she helped you. Okay, now I'm going to take pink. And we're going to put it on that black. And that'll make our tongue show up. Isn't that cool? Stephanie, good night. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy Stephanie, sleepy Stephanie. Purr, purr, purr. Okay, I'm just going to darken in this darker area here to shadow inside of the mouth. Well, Sarah, that's the big thing you wanted, is by having the nights off. And it allows you to come into the broadcast every night. Kathy, I did a flip through of my newest book, Easter Gnomes Jubilee. So if you want to take a look at that, you'll have to replay the broadcast. So Kathy, here's a quick idea of what's in the book. It's a cutie. I have not heard from Kitty. Oh, here's the coloring that Stephanie's got. Check it out. Looking good. Okay. I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying this picture. And again, I absolutely love the expression of our little girl who we're naming Carmen. All right. Next picture. Next project. But before I do that, don't forget to download your picture. Oh, you use watercolors. Don't forget to download your picture for our next buddy color. And again, this is from Easter Parade Jubilee. That is this book. And I gave you this image as one of your freebies. All right. Tam Tam, see you tomorrow. Dark Fairy Tales. Oh, excuse me. Okay, Angie. So last night I was working on the trees and detailing the trees. And I'm still going to go back and do a little more detailing, but not tonight, because how many of you recognize that song? I want to work on our wolf. Now, I've already set the tone of the gray with the head on Little Red Riding Hood. Thank you, Maggie. So now we have to match the fur on the carcass with the head. So as you can see, these are darker grays. So if you're coloring this with me, you want to pull out your dark, medium, and light gray. And your black. Now the grays are similar, that's fine. Let me go ahead and swatch these for you. Here's our dark, which is our Payne's Gray. Here's our black. Here's our medium gray. Let's see, I'm going to change up my lighter gray. Let's see, that's a little too light. Yeah, here's my lighter gray. Sounds good, Sarah. All right. As I bumped the camera. And again, guys, if you like what I'm doing for you tonight, please go ahead and hit that like arrow. That is very important to me. All right, let's work on the front part of our carcass here. Sarah, thank you for liking and sharing. And guys, if you would share this as well, that way other people who are interested in coloring or don't have family or live alone can come in and enjoy the broadcast. Okay. Payne's Gray. Now, our wolf carcass comes down a little bit. Be sure you catch that. Sarah, I really appreciate that you're sharing. I wish more people would do it. Okay, here's our dark. You know, guys, if you would pick a one night during the week for you that works for you, maybe on a Monday, for example, and just share that one time. That would really be great. Maybe take the first letter of your name and share on that day. So if your name starts with S, do it on a Saturday. Mamie, Monday. Okay. So, Sarah, I most likely won't be here Saturday. Okay. Church is at 4:30, then dinner, then bed. Have a busy day. And then Sunday, you're volunteering at 8 a.m. and 1 hour and have drive one way. Yeah, guys, if you share while I'm live, that means somebody else could click on that link and come in and see what we're doing. Kathy, you won't be on tomorrow night or Tuesday night. Okay. Grace, you shared to Facebook and Pinterest. Thank you. Okay, be sure to turn your pencil now when you do your gray. All right, check out how I'm bringing the gray up now with the Payne's gray. And then I'm going to go back with my black and I'm going to darken in that area right next to our plants and the blood marks. And check out how that black really defines and makes dimensional this area. All right, let's bring this black up here. And notice wherever I have my Payne's gray, I'm adding that black shading to it. We haven't seen my Linda tonight. Now we've got 18 likes. If we can get 2 more, we're up to 20. Okay, there's our black. We have our medium. I'm just extending that a little bit more. Sorry, I was off camera. And then here's our light. Guys, I want you to remember that I'm not asking you to share to promote me. This group is not about me. This group is about being here for people who would like the company either in coloring or to just be around a group of people. Oh, Sarah, you still talk to Emily? She's good. Okay, here's our light. And notice we still have a lighter area still. So that's our highlight area. Sarah, did she say why she isn't coming in? Tell her we miss her. Okay. Now let's work up at the top here. This is our medium gray. And then we've got our black. And notice how that black is really amping up the dimension of this wolf body. And also notice how we have this part of the carcass now that matches our shading of our head. Okay. Now, notice how our paw is now not dark enough. So now we're going to go through and we're going to give this the same kind of treatment that I just did the part of the severed head area. We're going to start with our Payne's Gray. Don't wipe out your red. If you do, you can just pop it back in with your red pencil. Okay. So Sarah, she didn't say why she hasn't been dropping in. That's too bad. Okay. Now, I'm leaving enough thickness with my Payne's Gray. And then I'm going to come in with my medium gray. Let me pull out a little bit more just so that I've got more of this paw showing. And then we have our light gray. Sherry, good night. I've got about 12 more minutes of broadcast time. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty. Whoop. Happy Stephanie. Nope. Happy Sherry. Sleepy Sherry. Purr, purr, purr. Good reason, Sherry. When Hubster calls. Okay, now we're going to come in with our black. Well, Sherry, I try. What can I say? Now, check out how this black is making this look more ominous. That's what we want. And notice how this area to the left where I've put in the black versus the area on the right. Oh, Sherry, you've got birthday tomorrow. Well, be sure that you're in here. Check out the black shading. Okay, and then I'm going to take my lightest gray and we're going to darken this a little bit. Any questions? All right, let's pull out and look at this masterpiece. Check it out. Head, body, shoulder area, and footy match beautifully. Angry Bear, are you happy with this so far? Angry Bear, are you able to follow me and color along? Just be sure to post your WIP in the group. Okay. Hold on, I just had to catch a little dark spot here. Now let's start working on the hind end. And I'm going to start with my Payne's Gray, not my black. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I'm saving up my black to do the shading and shadowing once my Payne's Gray is in. All right. And again, don't forget to turn your pencil. Okay, Kathy. Now, we've got a part of the leg here. I'm just going to add a very light line to define that. So we're going to have a dark spot on the other side of that leg. It's the shadow of the leg on the body. Now, I am going to come in with some black. And that's just to define this area of the fur. Now, be careful, there's a little flower there. And then next to that area that I put the black in, I'm going to lightly come in with my Payne's Gray. And that way we have a definite area between the two. Isn't that beautiful? All right, and I am running out of time. So in this backside area, we've got our black Angry Bear, and then our Payne's Gray next to it so that we don't lose that fur. Now, while I'm at it, we can do the second row of fur. So there's our Payne's Gray, and then come in with my lightest color, my lightest gray, and that way we've got a great representation of the fur layers. All right, let me pull out. Okay, we've had a busy night. The time just flew. We covered our, okay, Kathy, we covered our dark fairy tales, Kirby Roseanne's. We worked on our picture that we're going to call Carmen. And I did a flip through or walk through of Easter Gnome's Jubilee. So I hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. I sure did. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Love on each other. That's what we're known for. Please hit that like arrow. Please share it. The broadcast. And that way somebody else can enjoy it as well. All right, guys, take care. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Well, hello, Dust Catcher. You need to be saying hi at the beginning of the broadcast, then you can disappear. Okay, guys, take care. Bye.